Hi, I'm your host, Erica Polsinelli, and welcome to Evolve by Erica, the podcast, where we talk all things spirituality, ascension, health, wellness, and beyond. I'm so excited that you are here. Come on in. Hello, guys, and welcome back. I feel so giddy right now. I'm excited to have this conversation. I was just sharing that, I know the topic I want to talk about. I have no idea what's going to come through here, but I'm really excited to finally go there with you. So, as many of you know, I had been plant-based, mostly vegan for the past since 2017. And recently I have made some dietary changes, and I want to share with you all the things about this because I personally I've had so many feelings, so many thoughts come up, and I just want to share about it. And I knew I needed to wait until I was ready and clear on it. But with that being said, I just want you to know that I'm constantly evolving. I am constantly changing, and I hope you are too. And with that, this conversation might be completely different by next week, because we're all constantly evolving and changing. And for right now, I wanted to share with you what's been coming up and why I have made the choice of welcoming in more options into my diet. So let me take you back to 2017. I was struggling with so much anxiety and panic attacks, health anxiety specifically. I was in such a state of fight or flight. And you guys know this because you've been here, you know the whole story. I would go to doctors and they'd be like, you really need to see someone for your anxiety. You're pre-hypertension. You're 25, 26 years old. Your blood pressure's just going up each time. You need to figure this out because you have debilitating anxiety. And I knew it because I felt it in my body. I remember sitting on the couch with Vinny and watching a show, and Vinny was completely present watching the show. And I was like, he would never know what was going through my head right now. All of the different scenarios, what if scenarios that could be going on, all of this negativity. And I was just in this chronic state of fight or flight. And that impacts your stress hormones, your cortisol, all the things. So I decided to go plant-based. It was something I was curious about after a teacher at my school had a really incredible experience being plant-based. And it piqued my interest. I wanted to learn more, and I slowly started to adapt to this lifestyle. I've always been, I blame my Aquarian moon, but I've always been someone who does things that are outside of the norm. And that excites me to discover something that's kind of untouched, to discover something that might be the answer to what I need that maybe a lot of people don't think or believe. I've always been really open to that and open to, I don't know, hidden truths or secrets. And I felt like going plant-based could be one of those things. And for that time period, it absolutely was for me. It led me to a spiritual awakening because of the energy that the plants hold. They're growing from sunlight. And by going plant-based, I became literally lighter. Density from my body had been cleared, and I now was on a frequency of gratitude and open to meditation, which I've never had done before, never even thought about before. And we know how the story goes. My practice has saved my life and has helped me to heal. And for that, I'm so grateful. If I didn't change my diet, I don't know how long it would have taken me to find the practice or to find whatever outlet it would have been if I didn't choose this avenue. But this is my story, and this was my divine timeline, and I'm so grateful for it. And when I first went plant-based, I worried because I let a lot of outside energy infiltrate me. Was it healthy? Was I getting what I needed? Was I getting enough of what I needed? And I would check in with my doctor. And for me personally, it was working. Everybody is different. So I continued on. I felt so amazing. It led to the spiritual awakening. It was incredible. And on this journey, I have heard spiritual leaders and teachers before share that at one time, they did go plant-based or vegetarian, and it helped them catapult into this new dimension. And then from there, eventually they transitioned back to eating animal products. And I would just hear that and be like, oh, that's cool for them. Right now, that's not part of my journey, but that's cool that that's something that they needed for a specific time period, and they were able to come in and out of when they needed it. And I just took a mental note of that, because I will be honest with you, when I went plant-based and vegan, there's a lot of beliefs, strong beliefs about being vegan and plant-based. There's a lot of thoughts that I've taken on about consuming meat that is not positive. And I liked hearing that spiritual people can eat whatever they want and they don't need to be plant-based to be spiritual. And I was like, wonderful, that works for them. This is working for me. I'm continuing on my journey. So fast forward to this summer, I was on the beach with Vinny. Well, I think before that, I started to say, I just remember coming into this awareness of I'm open to eating other things. Like I just came to this understanding and openness to being open to eat other things that my body needs. And in that time period, I didn't want anything else. I didn't want chicken. I didn't want eggs. I didn't want salmon. I didn't want cottage cheese. I just remember something happening within me and being like, you know what? If my body tells me that I want something else, I'm open to it. And it doesn't mean I wasn't before, but there was this conscious awareness and acceptance that if my body wanted the change, I was now ready to make that change. So fast forward to the summer, Vinny and I were on the beach one Sunday, and I was like, we need to get off the beach and I need a piece of salmon right now. And Vinny was like, what? I'm like, I need a piece of salmon. And he's like, you haven't eaten salmon in literally like 7 or 8 years. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I just need this and I need to eat it. So we went to the nearest restaurant. I ordered salmon for the first time in so long. I chanted 3 satnams over the food and I enjoyed the heck out of it. I was like, holy crap, my body needed this. Before that, I forgot to mention that I started eating eggs. There were moments where I would be out to dinner and maybe there would be a fried egg in like a fried rice that I ordered or something. And it just didn't taste right to me. Like my palate wasn't ready for that yet. And I was like, no, I guess that means I'm not ready for eggs. And then there came a day where Vinny, I'll never forget it. We were in Florida actually in November and he was making eggs. And I'm like, wait, the eggs actually smell good to me right now. That hasn't happened in a really long time. I wonder if that means they'll taste good to me. I was like, I'm open to it. I don't want to do that right now, but I'm open to it. And then I think about like a month or 2 later, he made me eggs one morning. I ate them and I'm like, this tastes good and this feels good. And I think what started to happen personally for me are a few things. One, I was getting really tired of eating the same things every day. And being plant-based, it takes a lot of energy to wash the veggies, peel the veggies, cut the veggies, cook the veggies, all the things. And I just started to feel like I needed more options. And then shortly after that, I started to just crave a lot more protein. I had like this need for protein. And like, I remember being a vegan and everyone always asking me, well, where do you get your protein? And I'd be like, enough with this protein question. Like I'm getting everything I need. I feel satisfied. And I did. I truly did. Something just shifted within me. And I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, I'm closer to my mid-30s, I need different things in my body, or I just went a really long time without certain things and now my body's ready to bring in some new things that it hasn't had. But that's basically what's guided me here. And there's been a lot of inner dialogue and inner thoughts with myself. And I want to share some of them with you and how I'm choosing to look at this going forward. So one, a really harsh reality and truth is how much our food industry sucks, whether we're eating plants or animals or both. And I think that started to impact me. And I think what's going on with our crops, I don't know. I just started to feel like I wasn't getting enough because we know that there's soil depletion. We know that there's a ton of other disgusting things that are happening to our foods, unfortunately. And I'm thinking maybe that contributed to why I needed more and needed access to more. And there's unfortunately a lot of horrific things that go on in our dairy and meat industry as well. And these are all I kind of feel like no matter what it is we're eating, it can be harmful to the planet. It's being harmful to the planet, and it could be harmful to us. And that is a reality that I definitely don't want to accept because I know things can change. I know we're all going to have farms really soon. I know we're all going to grow our own food. And we're going to do things in a more ethical and conscious manner. But for right now, things kind of stink. And I even feel like a hypocrite saying this because it's like, Erica, why don't you have your garden then? Why don't you have a farm if you're so aware of this? And I really do believe that that's going to be something that comes. That might sound extreme to you guys listening to on the other side, but it's just something I know will be true at some point, maybe in our lifetime, maybe not. But so I know that with consumption, we're taking on a frequency. So some choices I'm making right now is just buying the healthiest, most organic food I can. I'm looking into actually getting food and meat from a farm where it's actually made and the animals killed in a more conscious and ethical way. It's definitely a journey. It's something that's been really hard for me, but I cannot deny my body and what it's craving and what it desires because of what I'm telling myself in my mind, whether it is true or not, because I think a lot of the thoughts I'm having are very true. But I have a physical body to sustain and I want it to be the most healthy it can be. And right now it's in this exploratory phase of eating a lot more. With this, I've felt a lot more energy. I think there's a few things contributing to more energy, but I think I've definitely been feeling more energized. And I also feel that it's made things a little bit more, just more choice, easier, more options. I don't feel as restricted. I started to feel extremely hungry and I would eat a meal and after I would just be hungry still. I didn't feel satisfied. And that's not how I felt for 7 years. I felt terrific for most of my time being plant-based. Just now my body's calling for something different. And maybe it's for something that I don't even realize. Maybe it's preparing my body for something I didn't even realize. But it's just something that I started to notice and I wanted to honor because I think when we are more in our heads and less in our body, that takes us very much outside of our health, of our truth, of alignment. And I have teachers that I really respect that probably wouldn't agree with me eating meat. And I'm okay with that because I'm so intuitive. And I am so connected to my body and my spirit, and I know what I need in this now moment. And the thing is, no one really knows what anyone else needs except for ourselves. Our bodies are so intelligent, and no one knows what we need except for ourselves and our own body. So that's how I'm feeling right now about this. It's a work in progress. There are moments where I'm choosing the vegan meal because I love plant-based. I have this, oh my goodness, this bowl that I just am obsessed with from this place where I film my meditations. And it's a vegan taco bowl. There's tofu in it. There's shredded lettuce. There's rice. There's beans. There's onions. There's cilantro. It's delicious. They also have it with grass-fed beef and chicken, but I don't want that. I love the tofu bowl. So most of my life is plant-based and I am intuitively guided and intuitively responding to when I need to add more. I recently started eating cottage cheese and I'm literally obsessed. So the brand that I'm obsessed with right now is Good Source, and it is so delicious. I love it with fruit. I didn't see this anywhere. I know there was like a big cottage cheese moment on like TikTok. This was not during that time. This was way after. All of a sudden, I just got the hit like, I need to try cottage cheese. For some reason, I think that's going to be good for me right now, and I'm obsessed with it. So Good Source is really good. It's organic. I'm loving that. My friend Alessandra actually made me a soup, and she knew that I was becoming a little bit more open to trying different things. And at the time I haven't tried any meat, but she was like, I'm going to make you a soup for lunch. And I'm like, that's so nice of you. Can't wait. And then when I got there, she was like, I put some ground turkey from the farm in it. Do you mind? And I was like, I feel really good about it. I know the source is really good. I know that the animal didn't suffer. I know that your energy is amazing, and that's in the soup as well. And I would love to try it. I didn't eat a lot of the turkey out of it, but the turkey was definitely in the soup. I definitely got some bites of it, and it tasted okay for me. It felt okay for me. So I knew that it was okay for me. So these are just some changes that I wanted to come on and share about. In the beginning, when I started opening my mind to this, I just wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared for questions. I wasn't prepared for feedback. I wasn't prepared for a conversation. And now I feel so open to it. So I don't know, if you have any questions about this, if you have any comments, if you want to share anything with me, feel free. Through DMs, I'm always there connecting with the community. But I think the biggest takeaway is how intelligent our bodies are and how important it is to honor whatever it is we feel we may need. And it's challenging to do that when some of that goes against our beliefs and our truths. I don't want to harm animals. I don't want an animal suffering on behalf of my meal. I was recently in a designer store and I wanted to buy a bag, and Vinny was a little embarrassed, but like I wanted to have the conversation. She presented me with a beautiful bag, but it was lambskin, and it was beautiful. It was soft. It was lovely. And she told me it was lambskin. And I'm just like, I don't want to give into that. I don't want to wear an animal because I think a bag is really cute. Have I done it before? Absolutely. Do I have goods that are leather? Absolutely. I'm sure my sneakers are made of some type of leather, or my shoes. It's very hard, I think, in our society to live free of that. But when I could make the conscious choice, when I could get a nylon bag or a canvas bag or a material bag over a leather bag, that's what I'm choosing. And it's challenging to navigate, but it's something that I want to continue to work towards and work on. And with this shift, there's also been a shift in what I'm wearing, the clothing I'm wearing, the source of the clothing, the dyes that might be on the clothing, just more awareness of what it is I feel my body needs to be its healthiest, most aligned self. And that's really it. So I just wanted to share this update with you. I would love to hear any feedback you have. I know that this is a topic of conversation right now. I feel like a lot of people went through like this big plant-based phase, and now there's definitely something collectively where we're shifting. And I feel that we receive information individually, but also as a collective. And I've asked myself, was this decision persuaded by anything from the outside? Was this decision subconsciously brought in just from things I'm hearing online? And I feel really confident saying no. And I feel really confident feeling into my body and knowing that this is something that my body needed at this time and wanted. Again, this could be for a week. This could be for the rest of my life. I have no idea. I'm so excited to continue to evolve, to grow, to change, and to do so based off of my level of consciousness in each moment. And as we grow, as we connect to ourselves, as we listen, as we carve out that time, that is where the whispers come. That's where the guidance leads us to. And I'm so confident that although my mind would tell me this could be a lower vibrational choice because I'm consuming an animal. I know I'm making this choice from a high frequency because I've asked for the guidance. It feels right in my body. I'm in a high state and a high frequency, so I know I'm not making a choice from a lower state. And all I can do is follow that and honor that. So thank you for being here for this. Vinny is so excited that I'm open to eating more things. My mom is so excited. She sends me vegan recipes 24/7. She just loves to cook. She's Italian and she wants me to love to cook, but that's just not really me. It takes a lot of my energy and I have limited energy and I have to spend it where it really, really matters. So now she's sending me like chicken meatball recipes. I'm like, Mom, chill. Like, we're going to take this extremely slow, but thank you. Thank you for this. So the family's excited. I actually heard my mom telling my grandpa, she tried turkey chop meat the other day. Can you believe it? And he's like, oh, maybe she'll try my chicken parm. I'm like, okay, no. We're going to take it really slow. We're going to make it as ethical as possible and organic as possible. And we're going to go from there. So that's the update. I want to thank you so much for being here and also for creating such a safe space with me. I come here and I really share it all here. Like anything that's going down is shared on this podcast. And I want to thank you for that because the DMs I get, the love, the support, they mean the world to me. And I'm glad that we could have these conversations and support one another here. So thank you. I hope that you come back for the next episode. And I can't wait to see you next time. Sending you so much love and light. May the longtime sun shine upon you. Sat Nam.